Star Wars geek girls. They're geek girls that like Star Wars. And sometimes cry.
Hi, I'm Zoe from Star Wars Geek Girl, and as usual, I'm here with Lizzy.
Hello.
Hello. It's been a
been a
very
while.
long time.
A very long time.
For you. I podcasted with your dad on Friday. But
Yes, it's been a while for me. I did a podcast with my dad 2 days ago about Black Spire, and that was a lot because I hadn't talked about Star Wars for that long in such a long time. The only time I remember I did was I made a friend of mine read Black Spire, but I also realized that they didn't read Phasma, so I had to talk about Phasma for an hour. But yeah, I've actually kind of missed podcasting a little, but now that midterms are over, I'll have more time to do that. Are you on campus, Zoe?
I am. Yeah, I'm in my dorm.
It's very not Star Warsy.
I have Baby Yoda back there.
Oh, sorry.
You're
in the way.
Okay. Yeah, my head was in the way. Yeah, I have some Star Wars up. I have the Women of the Galaxy postcards that I usually put up on my wall, but because of COVID, like moving me around so much with school, every time I go to put one up, I remember the 3 times I've had to take them all down individually, and I just can't. So maybe next year I'll put them back up. But yeah, I do have other stuff. I have a pit droid over there. I have Yoda snowboarding.
Wait, yeah. So what's with the pit droid? You didn't tell me anything. You just sent me a photo of him with a knife, and that was it.
Yeah. So basically, this is a Star Wars thing, but one of the RAs in my building started a Star Wars club. So we meet every Thursday night and just watch a Star Wars movie. We so far watched the original trilogy, and last week we watched Attack of the Clones. We're watching Revenge of the Sith this week. And I'm excited, but no one's seen me cry yet, and that's going to change this week. So, but yeah, so basically, I told my dad, I was like, oh, yeah, we're watching Phantom Menace this week. And he's like, oh, you should take the pit droid, because he 3D printed a pit droid, but it wasn't like finished. And I was like, oh, well, we should paint him. You should paint him like Whack 47 from the Clone Wars. So we did, and I brought him to school, and I took him to Phantom Menace night, because that's, where the pit droids are.
Yes.
And yeah, he's great. Now he lives here in my dorm with me. He's my roommate.
Yeah, that's a very nice roommate.
Yeah, he doesn't make a mess.
Doesn't make a mess, doesn't make any noise. Holds a knife every once in a while, but that's normal.
Yeah, he's perfect. Yeah, so it's actually been a lot of fun, the Star Wars Club, because I don't have friends. So it's nice to hang. I sit in my room all day and do schoolwork and do work for the website.
You could always text me, but
you don't text back very much, but
I do sometimes.
You're a little late sometimes. You're very busy.
I am, but
I should text you more. I just get so wrapped up in my own world of doing work and writing and reading, and then all of a sudden it's 8 p.m. and I'm like, I didn't eat today. I didn't do anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So where was I going? Anyway, yeah, the Star Wars Club is great to just hang out and talk to people about Star Wars. I don't really know anyone's name, and I'm too afraid to ask because we've been doing it for 5 weeks. Yeah, we have a Discord server that we send memes, and that's it.
Very good.
It's a lot of fun. Sometimes I get into arguments about the sequel trilogy, but they're very civil. It's not like the internet.
Okay.
It's normal people.
I could go for some civilized arguing.
Yeah,
about Star Wars.
And actually, what's really fun about the club that kind of surprised me is that most nights it's been mostly women. Because I was a little worried the first time when I was going, because generally so a lot of times, and I'm sure I show up and it's all guys.
Yep.
And not that that's bad, but it is.
To an extent it is, we'll just say it. It's
not
fine.
Even necessarily that like they always act inappropriately or anything, because like there's times where they don't and like it's fine, but it's just like, I want to chill with the women,
Yes.
so it's actually really nice to have that. Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I do, except now that it's nicer out, sometimes I go on a walk if I remember to like exist as a human being and not just a creator.
Yeah.
Yeah, so about the podcast, we will be like, we're gonna try and get back to a normal-ish schedule once a week. I think we just, hopefully we'll just have like a set time. I think this time works well for us, I think.
Yeah.
Hopefully every week to just record and put one out there, and then we'll get better. There isn't much going on for quite a while, especially because Lizzy doesn't read. Just kidding.
I can't.
I'm
And you know what?
I'm kidding. No, but even if you did read, there aren't very many books coming out for a little while, and neither of us do comics.
I mean, if I were to read every canon book right now, we'd be set with podcasts for about maybe 2 years, I think.
Yeah. So we'll think of stuff to talk about until Bad Batch comes out in May, which is when my semester is over. So we'll be even more freed up. I will, not you, but yes.
Yes. What was I gonna say? So I'm a Red Black Spire, Crash of Fate. And then there's one more. Oh, Afra. Right now I'm listening to Afra.
Ooh, we should
I
podcast.
think that's really neat.
We should podcast about that whenever you finish it. That'll be a good subject for
I'm
a podcast.
a little more than halfway done.
Okay, that's a good one. Because we tend to read the different books. I'm like, oh, I just finished this book, and you're like, oh, I haven't read it, but I just finished this book. I'm like, I haven't read that. So we can match now finally with Afra. We've met.
Yes.
Yeah. So I have some topics, just like some Star Wars things that have happened since we last podcast. Because I think the last podcast we did was like the Mandalorian finale, pretty much, right?
Yeah, with Jonah.
Yeah. So we have a couple months of stuff to catch up, a couple of slow months, so not much, but all the High Republic books came out and the comics, but I haven't read those. And I don't have. What's your High Republic experience?
I haven't had a High Republic experience because I was podcasting with my dad the other day, and I don't like, not that I don't like Jedi or Sith and all that, I just don't like that drama much. That's why I've been liking individual books like Black Spire and Crash of Fate, because it doesn't really have to do with Jedi too much. Like, it mentions them every once in a while, but it's more independent and about the Star Wars world around them and those specific characters. So I have not seen it or dealt with anything High Republic except Rock. I've seen Rock.
Geode.
And I forgot his name. Yes.
Geode. He's the best.
My dad has told me everything about him.
I felt really bad because I made a meme about Geode, and I think people
I saw that.
I think people thought I was like making fun of Geode. But like, no, I love Geode. It was a nice meme. But they don't get it.
I got it, and I haven't even read them, but I understood your meme. So
yeah, thank you.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
Geode rocks. He's the best.
Thank you for that.
He's great. Yes, Geode. So yes, Geode.
I think that's the only reason I would read anything about High Republic is because of Geode. So let me know where Geode is.
He's in Into the Dark. It's the Claudia Gray book. It's very good.
Okay. Yeah, Claudia Gray, and I feel like the only books I've read so far are either by Delilah S. Dawson or Claudia Gray.
Claudia Gray. Delilah S. Dawson is she did Dark Disciple.
She did Black Spire.
No, that was Christy Golden at the Dark
Phasma.
Disciple.
and
Okay.
Claudia Gray did Dark Disciple.
No,
No,
Christy Golden did Dark
Christy
Disciple.
Golden did.
Claudia Gray. I think most of my favorite Star Wars books are Claudia Gray or E.K. Johnston. The Ahsoka, the Padme books.
A lot of very great
Bloodlines,
female
Leia.
writers.
Yeah, great.
And we should have more.
Yes. So the High Republic books are great. I wrote reviews of them on the website. They're very long reviews, but if you want to read them, if you don't feel like reading the whole book, read what I said about it.
Yes.
Yeah, I like them. I love the High Republic era. I'm looking forward to more books because unlike you, I love the Jedi. So I love getting all the Jedi content. I think Justina Ireland, she's another really great female author for Star Wars. She wrote A Crash of Fate, which is a shorter, like a young reader's book. That's really good. Then there's what's it called?
Crash of Fate. Yeah, I've read.
No, not
Black. Huh? You said Crash. You mentioned Crash of Fate, and
I
now
did
my
not.
brain is.
I said
no?
A Test of Courage. That's the Justina Ireland High Republic book.
I thought you mentioned Crash of Fate.
I don't know. Maybe I just said that because my brain is fried, but
that's fine.
yeah. So there's A Test of Courage, which I really liked. And it's fun. And then there's Light of the Jedi, which is a big High Republic book that sent me into a reading coma. It's fun. Avar Kriss is amazing. And then there's the other High Republic book. It's like a little, really, really young reader, baby reader's book.
Baby.
Called The Great Jedi Rescue. And I didn't realize it was just a retelling, a very simple retelling of the first part of Light of the Jedi. So I ordered it and I opened it up ready for a new story, and it was just a picture book version. But it was fun because
I'll read that.
I like pictures. And it came with stickers. So
it came with stickers?
Yes. So very much worth the investment in that book. Because of the stickers. And I haven't put them on anything because stickers stress me out. Because
yeah. I was looking at the stickers. So the other day I went through all the letters that you gave me before I went to college, and I was opening quite a few, and then I got to the stickers that you sent me, and I was I really, really, really want to use these, but I don't know where to put them, and if I put them there, then I'll never be able to unstick it and put it somewhere else. So that was sad.
Stress. Yeah. I have my laptop is covered with stickers, which is fun until I get new stickers. And then it's well, my laptop is covered in them. So what do I do with these? Stickers are great.
So my mom doesn't listen to podcasts because she's always busy. So I got her this Ruth Bader Ginsburg notebook. And with the Harris stickers that you gave me, I just put them around the book of it.
Excellent.
So I could give it to her for her birthday or something. Probably.
That's in August, right?
Yes, August 22nd.
Yeah, your family's getting birthday presents this year. I'm upping my game. Be warned.
But what does upping your game mean? Because you're usually very good at giving and
no, but I didn't give them anything for their birthday before. But this year I'm upping my game.
I see.
Watch out.
Well, my birthday's coming up.
It is. Yeah, yours is almost done. I'm running behind schedule, but it will be finished. It will be complete.
If it's not the Pitroid,
it's
I'm
not
sorry,
the Pitroid.
We can't be friends.
I'm sorry, no Pitroids.
Dang.
I'm sorry.
And then next would be Dad's, and then Axel's and
your dad's
my mom's.
in May, and then your August. Your brother and mom are in August. It's all on my plan.
And then
Jonah's in June. Jonah Marie.
Isn't it you, your mom, and your sister in September?
September 15th is my mom. September 17th is my sister. September 19th is me. And then September 21st is Ashley Eckstein. So she's an honorary family member.
But what about your dad?
He's in January. January 17th.
Wow. Okay. That's way off.
Yeah. He's the odd one out.
Irrelevant. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the High Republic and also stickers. And then the other book that came out much more recently, March 2nd is when it came out, was Victory's Price, which I just did a very long podcast with your dad about because he also read it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, he told me he was stealing my notes on it for his podcast about it. So great. But definitely give that a listen if you want to hear us talk about Victory's Price and
I
Hera.
gotta expose my dad like that.
I'm exposing
Why?
everyone.
He does so much for the Star Wars Geek Girl.
He does. He's a Star Wars geek dad.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So if you want to listen to that podcast, it's great. Your dad just posted a review on your website, on the Rogue Rebel site, about Victory's Price
Yes.
that you can read. His is much shorter. Mine is, let me see. So the website has a function where, based on like the word count or whatever, our website, it says how long it should take you to read on average. And my review of Victory's Price is a 10-minute read according to the website.
10
So
minutes.
if you want to commit to that, go to our website. If you want to read a much shorter one, go to the Rogue Rebel.
I'll be an overachiever and read both.
Oh wow.
I'll do it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And the other book news is that the Mandalorian novel, which was supposed to come out this, I think, October or November, was canceled.
Oh,
So
sucks.
yeah, because they said it was canceled because of a contradiction with canon. So I don't know what that means. Like,
how could you? It's about the show,
isn't
it?
So
how could it contradict itself?
That's what Del read. I don't know if that was their exact phrasing, but it was something along those lines. Was like they had an issue with canon, so I don't know if it meant that like the book was gonna like take place after, and then like something changed, like in the show, or what. So no Mandalorian novel. I can't say I was like super excited for it. Like I was excited because like book Mandalorian, you know, but it wasn't. I was like, oh man, can't wait to get my hands on that. So it sucks, but there's plenty of other books coming out.
There's plenty of other books.
But they did. So the publisher did say they're working on a new novel with the author, who's Adam Christopher. I don't know if it's like still Mandalorian. Like if that new book is still going to be about or related to the Mandalorian, or if it's just going to be like, I don't know, just like a random Star Wars book. But
you know as much as I do.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, to see what the Adam Christopher book is. I don't know if he's written other Star Wars books. Let me see. Look, Wikipedia, the source of everything. He wrote a short story in Certain Point of View. Okay. So yeah. So Mandalorian novel, if you're looking forward to it. Sorry.
Oh well.
Oh well. But they did also announce a new book coming out, nothing to do with Mandalorian, but it's Queen's Hope, which is about Padme, and it's I guess this makes the Queen's Shadow and Queen's Peril makes it into a trilogy until they do more. It's by E.K. Johnston.
A lot of Padme.
Yeah. I love the first two books though. Have you read them?
No, I don't like I don't like Padme.
I know you don't. It's sad. Yeah, well, I love the first two books, and I think Queen's Peril is my favorite just because of like how much it fleshes out like the handmaidens, and it adds a lot to Phantom Menace. So that's fun. So it's the first one's Queen's Peril, and it takes place between 1 and 2, and it's about Padme becoming a senator. And then the second one is like a prequel. It's Queen's Peril. No, the first one's Queen's Shadow, and then Queen's Peril, which is it takes place like it's about Padme becoming queen before Phantom Menace, and then like part of it takes place like during Phantom Menace. And that's like where it like ends at the end of Phantom Menace pretty much. So that's fun. And then so the third one, it seems like it's taking place during like the Clone Wars. So like she's married to Anakin and all that. So it's fun. And it'll be fun too because Padme kind of disappears from some of the later seasons of the Clone Wars. Like she's in the first couple seasons a lot more.
Yeah,
I think.
she is.
So I guess we'll learn what she was getting up to during that disappearance in the later part of the Clone Wars, which is fun. Yay, Padme.
Yay.
And you're so
I feel
excited.
like okay, but I felt bad. We're not supposed to talk about Afro right now, but like just real quick, I'm past this part, but like when she has to figure out she talks to the guy that like buries and like prepares like Padme's dead body and stuff. And like where Afra's like talking about Padme and stuff. I was, in a way, I was like agreeing with Afra. I was like, yeah, you're right, Afra. And then I was like, wait a second, I shouldn't be agreeing with Afra. This is actually a bad thing that I should not be doing. But yeah, I'm trying, I'm trying. I think Padme is a very strong female character, but wasn't strong enough.
Listen.
Revenge of the Sith.
Okay, listen. She was going through a lot. Okay.
She was, I guess.
Yeah, although thank you, motorcycle.
Motorcycle.
Yeah. It switched. Usually it was you with the
It
motorcycle,
switched.
and now it's me.
Yeah. All I have here is a train and a bell. That's it.
Yeah. I am
We got motorcycles now.
right dab in the middle of Philadelphia. So all the stuff.
Very fun.
Yeah. The other day I had someone like drive and I'm on the 5th floor and someone drove by on the street with their music so loud my window literally rattled. And I was like, are your eardrums like okay? Like
Yeah.
what? And then and I didn't hear this. I think I already told your dad about this in the last podcast. So people who are listening are like, shut up. But on the other side of the building, there was an ice cream truck. Yeah, like the other day for like literally like 3 hours straight, just playing the music.
I would have destroyed the ice cream truck.
Yeah, the city is loud.
We have some jerks that live in my hall that play music very loud on a speaker and just walk around the dorm with it. That's their entire life goal, I guess. It's just to be a nuisance.
I live next to 4 freshman boys, and they can be loud, like yelling and playing music sometimes. They haven't been as bad lately. Maybe their spirits got crushed by midterms, which is fine by me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was I saying? Queens. Yeah. Oh, I was saying in one thing though with the Queens books and like basically all the Star Wars books is when I go to the Star Wars club I mentioned earlier, I have to just like sit there and be like, okay, Zoe, do not interrupt the movie by explaining the plot of like all these books. Do not. And like I can't always help myself because like we commentate a little bit because like we've all seen it. And like especially Attack of the Clones yesterday, like the memes in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
You can't not
it's a bit hard to not meme about it during the movie.
Right? Like sand. You know, like it's so iconic. So like we commentate a little bit. So like I can say some things. But like yesterday, like we're just sitting and like Mace Windu, it was on screen and I just blurred out because so in the Choose Your Destiny book, in the Obi-Wan and Anakin adventure, it's revealed that before Mace Windu was on the council, he did theater and acting. He was like in plays, like right, insane. And so like Mace Windu is on screen, and I just like blurred out. I was like, Mace Windu did community theater on Coruscant, and everyone like the RA, like the guy who runs, like paused the movie, and he looks at me. He's like, "What did you just say?" And like everyone's staring at me. I'm like, "Yeah." And one of the books, I tried to like explained it, and everyone. Yeah.
Wait, but like you need to explain it now.
So like it doesn't go into a lot of detail, but basically, so the plot of that book is it's crazy. So like Yoda is kidnapped, right?
Oh, okay. And like starting off great.
Yeah. Well, so like it's like a whole thing, but he's kidnapped by someone in like Jedi temple robes and who fights with the Force, and it's like a whole thing. So Obi-Wan and Anakin are sent to rescue Yoda. And this is like before Clone Wars. So Anakin's like a little like turd teenager. So they're like researching and they talk to Jocasta Nu and she's like, oh yeah, by the way, like she talks about Mace Windu, and she's like, yeah, he knew all the languages. He used to study them to do his plays, and like he was an actor. She says like, I think the quote is like, the council's gain was the theater's loss, or something like that. So yeah, Mace Windu did community theater, but that's like relevant to the story because they go when they find Yoda and rescue him. It turns out that this was all a big plot by like Mace Windu and Yoda to force Obi-Wan and Anakin to work together and like bond. So like Mace Windu like rips his helmet off and he's like, it's me, because he's like and then he did it, he played the part well because he's an actor. And that's like
that's
so,
a feat.
it's insane. So yeah.
Thank you for that. Thank you for your knowledge.
Yes, you're welcome. It blows my mind. So yeah, that's my experience in those things, is like just trying not to explode with like the knowledge of like everything, because like they were like, oh well, why didn't Padme like go back to free Shmi, and I have to sit there and be like, do I ruin the night by explaining that in one of the books it's revealed that Padme actually sent her handmaidens to go find Shmi and they searched everywhere and couldn't find it, or do I just stay quiet?
I mean, it's not. See, you explained it pretty well and pretty like.
Yeah, I don't want to be like that person though, you know. So like,
what's that person?
Me.
They asked.
That person is me.
They asked. If they asked, they really want to know. It's fine.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. But actually it was really fun. So the first night only it was me, the RA, and then two other girls who were roommates. And one of the girls had never seen any and one of the girls had never seen Star Wars before, like any of it.
Oh.
And so I was like so excited. I felt like a creep because I kept looking at her. I was like, how is she reacting to this? Like, you know, she was like when Owen and Baru die, she was like, she's like horrified because it shows her like charred corpses. And then later when Luke and Leia swing across the thing and Leia kisses him, she like we all kind of like went, ugh. I'm sure we made faces, but we had masks on. And she was like, I feel, she like, no one really said anything, but she was like, I feel like that was wrong somehow. We're like, yeah, a little bit.
Honey, we don't talk about it. It's fine.
Yeah. What were they talking about? Okay, the notes. Queen's Hope announced in, I think it's supposed to come out in like August. I think, did I put it in? I think that's good, August. Yeah, and then the other book that they announced, that was already announced, but it's coming out kind of soon, is the third in the or the second in the trilogy for Thrawn Ascendancy. I read the first Thrawn trilogy, and then they came out with another Thrawn trilogy, and I was like, I have other books to read, and I don't like Thrawn enough for that. So
yeah, Thrawn.
The books are good, but like it's a little, he just gets on my nerves because it's like, oh, I'm Thrawn. I'm like so amazing and smart, and I just can't like shut up.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I personally like watching Thrawn. Like when he was in Rebels, I was like, yeah, he's cool. Like he's a cool bad guy and stuff. He talks like I can't hear him, but it's fine, you know, like he's a cool character. But like having a whole book about that, I don't think I can do that.
Yeah, I mean they're good books. Like I don't want to bash.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
And like I like Thrawn as like a villain character. And I think he's like interesting, but like my favorite Thrawn book is the second one in the first trilogy because it has less Thrawn and there's more Anakin and Padme.
I would like that one not as much, probably.
Yeah, no, but that one was fun because it's like it like goes between the two timelines and it's like Thrawn and Vader and then Thrawn and Anakin. I don't know. It was cool. But yeah, I would say if you're not a Thrawn fan, maybe don't subject yourself to those books.
I probably will not.
Yeah, I mean they're good. Timothy Zahn, great writer, but if for those of us that aren't Thrawn fans, it's not as pleasant. Yeah,
I get you.
But so that's the second in the trilogy. I'll probably just read I did the same thing with the Alphabet Squadron. I just didn't read any of them until the third one came out, and then I binge read them in a week. So I'll probably do the same thing with the Ascendancy trilogy.
Hmm.
Yes.
I will continue listening to Afra
Yes.
And-
That was very good.
and maybe a story with Geode in it. That's it. That is all.
I think there needs to be a Geode origin story. I love Geode so much. It's like no, but like the one guy, what's his name? Leox something. I don't know. Honestly, okay, this is a total side note, but Leox, the other character, the one that like your dad seems to like, I just cannot imagine him as
Buckets of blood.
I don't know. He posted on Twitter a picture of him and was like, I don't know. It's anyway, but like the entire time I was reading that book, that character I could not imagine as anyone but Owen Wilson. And like I don't know why, because like I've never like I know some people have like fan cast when they read books, and I never do that. I've never done that in my life. The only time I imagine a character as an actor is when it's like I'm reading like the Padme book, and like I imagine Natalie Portman.
Oh
But,
yeah,
like,
of course.
With this book, like for some reason I just read the description of this guy, my brain went, oh, that's Owen Wilson, and like that's who he is now in my head. Yeah, I don't know why that was relevant, but yeah, Geode's great. Geode, one of my favorite parts in the book, and it's not even like a big thing, but it's just like the one character walks in and she's like, oh, where's Geode? And he's like, oh, Geode's hitting up the clubs, and the mental image that conjures, flawless. I just imagine him with like there's like a pair of sunglasses like taped to the rock, and he's just like sitting there. Yeah,
Geode.
We love Geode.
Geode supremacy.
Geode supremacy. Geode fan club.
Yes.
Geode. This is now Geode Geek Girl.
Yes, of course. We need him. He's just. He just is.
He's so perfect.
I thought it was interesting because, I think I've just been on TikTok too much. Because, it's slowly consuming my life and my every thought. But I've been seeing a bunch of like funny like LGBT like videos, and how nowadays like they usually like things like mushrooms and frogs and stuff. And then I saw one about like if you give a gay person a shiny rock, they'll keep it, they'll love it, they'll keep it and love it forever. And I was like, and the first thing my mind came up with was like Geode.
Geode's not shiny though. He's just like
he's
a
not
regular
shiny,
rock.
but he's still a rock.
He's so perfect. He's just a rock. It's amazing. Like
genius. Do we know what genius came up with that?
Into the Dark is written by Claudia Gray. Oh. And so his species is Vintian, and according to Wikipedia, the perfect source of everything, Vint and Vintian were first appeared in Into the Dark. So let's see Claudia Gray's quote here. She says, and the navigator Geode is a complex personality, and I think I want to leave that to be discovered in the book layer by layer.
I think she's a genius is what she is.
It's just Geode.
Yeah. Perfect.
It's just
we should have a shrine for him.
A shrine is just a rock.
Yeah.
That's the whole shrine.
That's the shrine.
I love him. Yeah, so we don't know when the next Geode content will be. Hopefully very soon.
Which one is it again? Into the Dark?
Into the Dark. Okay. Yeah. But we do have other Star Wars things to look forward to besides books. The Bad Batch comes out May 4th on the anniversary of the Clone Wars finale. So that hurts. But that'll be fun. We love clones. We love Fennec Shand. So there's that.
I do like Fennec Shand.
And then we have in the other scheduled thing is in December. It's Christmas Eve. We have the Book of Boba Fett starting. So it's also Fennec Shand. She's rolling this year.
Yes.
So that'll be fun to see what that's about. Fingers crossed for Hondo in that series. Hondo and Cad Bane. That's all I want.
If it's not Hondo played by my dad, then I don't want it.
That's fair. But I want Cad Bane too. Because like Cad Bane and Boba were like cut out of the Clone Wars, but like kind of bring that back, but like they're old now, you know? So that could be fun.
How did Aura Singh die again?
That
was mentioned.
She was killed by what's his name? Beckett.
Yeah.
But like in a throwaway line. She fell to her death. I mean,
right.
people survive falling to death all the time. So like maybe she didn't really die.
But she's not an important character. So like why would she?
Well, Maul was only in one movie before they brought him back. So you know what? They can bring Aura Singh back if they want to.
I don't think Aura Singh's gonna have a whole.
I just want her. She can have all the spider legs she wants. So the Book of Boba Fett. That's not actually a book. It's
it's a movie. Well, yes, TV show.
I think. No, I don't think we're getting movies for a little while. So
that's
then
fine with me.
Yeah. I was gonna say Book of Boba Fett needs Cad Bane. Maybe Bosk. He worked with Boba. Bosk could show up.
With Boba.
He worked with Ezra too. I read that book finally.
I do like because we only saw Hondo with Boba for like an episode. Well, actually 2 technically, but I personally like that relationship that we saw for a split second because I thought it was interesting, and Hondo just seemed mature for some reason at that time.
Yeah, I was just mostly thinking in terms of I like Hondo and I want him to be in everything.
Yeah, you're right.
And especially with this seeming to be like a underground crime kind of show, just based on what we saw at the end of Mando. Hondo could show up. He should show up. He should be in everything.
You're right. Yes.
I think Hondo should be in all the shows. I think he should be in the Lando show. And I think he should be in the Obi-Wan show. I don't know how that would work in the Obi-Wan show, but I think they should do it anyway. Because Hondo and Obi-Wan are best friends, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah. So yeah, Book of Boba Fett, and then we don't have a date for this, but the Vision series, which is by some Japanese animators, is supposed to happen this year. I don't know if they haven't announced like a release date, so I don't know if it's still go on for this year or if it just won't be till the end of the year. I would assume it would be in the fall, just to spread out because they have Bad Batch in the spring and then Visions in the fall and then Boba Fett in the winter is just my rough guess, but I don't know anything. And then the Lego Star Wars game that's supposed to have the whole Skywalker saga is also coming out this year. I don't know when. I don't know when. It's again undated.
Zoe, why don't you know when?
They didn't say it, okay.
Gosh.
I would assume it would be maybe in December or like November, just to like, for the Christmas presents, they tend to release a lot of games around that. But I don't know anything. So
I don't know what we're gonna do if you're not right.
I don't know, just like kill me, I guess.
Yeah, let's wait, hold up. Wait a second.
So there's some of the big things. There's also, as always, like a million comic books coming out every month.
Yeah.
But I have a lot
my dad is gonna be very excited.
I have a lot of respect for the people that can keep up with Star Wars comics because that scares me. I'll get into them.
My dad should scare you.
Yeah, your dad scares me. I will get into those. I'm always like, oh, when I finish the books, I'll read the comics, and then they just keep making more books. So we'll see. There's some others. I think it's in my planner. There's some more High Republic's books coming out in May, I want to say. Can't find
Probably.
But yeah, lots of good stuff to look forward to. Maybe it's in June.
I
Yeah.
shall only read about Geode. That is all.
Only read about Geode. Geode's all that matters. I
Yes.
want a Geode comic. I want a Geode TV series.
I want a Geode pop.
Yes.
That is all. Just a pop.
Just put a rock in. Okay. End of June, there's 2 more High Republic books, The Rising Storm and Race to Crash Point Tower. So I think from what I understand, The Rising Storm is like a sequel-ish book to Light of the Jedi, because that book has a little bit of a cliffhanger at the end. And then Race to Crash Point Tower. I have no idea. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
That's this year in Star Wars. You know, lots of good stuff. I hope they announce a Geode series, a Geode movie. Give them a trilogy. That's, you know what, they haven't said what Rian Johnson's trilogy is about. Make it a Geode trilogy.
That's fine. Yeah, a
Geode.
Geode trilogy would be.
It's about his homeworld, so like they're all Vintian.
Yeah. So it's just all
all rocks. It would be perfect. I wonder what the planet looks like.
rocks.
Like, are there like regular rocks on the planet? And how do they like?
No, actually, there's no regular rocks on the planet. So if you step on any rocks,
You're killing children.
You're killing children, and you go to jail. That's it.
Okay.
So you have to float around. I think that's fine.
What if the planet? Because planets are like rocks. So
The whole
what if
planet,
the planet is just a giant Vintian?
That's the mom.
Mother Earth.
Yes.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. So I want to see Geode. I want to Geode everything. I want to learn about his family. I want Geode to have an epic romance with another rock. Have rock children.
Epic romance.
Yes.
Yes, I think that's appropriate.
Oh, I want a Vintian Jedi.
Yes.
Or a Sith.
Then he
a
can
Sith
have
Lord.
Oh, yeah.
That would be better. No, a Sith and a Jedi, and they fight.
You want a lot of things, Zoe.
I do. I do want a lot of things. I'm gonna get a job at Lucasfilm and make the Geode movie.
Yes, do it.
Geode, a Star Wars story. Okay. That's all the Star Wars news. Like I said, this is a short podcast. I think they're going to be pretty short for a while, up until Bad Batch comes out, really. But I'll find things to talk about. I will scour the internet. We're not going to talk about stupid rumors because I don't want to lend them credibility.
No, let's not get into the really. Let's just not this year.
Yeah, I'll just say this. This Luke Skywalker series has been announced, air quotes, like 8 times. Okay? Like, if you still believe it, take a step back and remember your 8th grade lessons on how to find credible sources. Okay? Like,
go touch some grass.
Touch some grass. No offense, but like, come on. Like, use your brain a little bit, please.
We could do some offense, just a tiny bit.
Some offense. So yeah, I think that's a show. Fairly short again, but we'll
It'll pick up.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
We're just gonna hold out for May. And then things happen.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. So that's that. We'll just do like plugs. So like, of course, Star Wars Geek Girl stuff. We have the Facebook page. We're on Twitter at SW Girl, where we're not very active, and Instagram at SW Girl, where we're even less active. So like, follow us on those if you want to see updates for stuff. And then there's the website starwarsgeekgirl.com that has fun stuff. There's a poll where you can vote. Right now, this month, it's different Star Wars songs. Right now, the winner is, last I checked, Yub Nub was winning. But it's been between Yub Nub and
I love democracy.
It's been between Yub Nub and Cantina Band. They've been going back and forth. So let me see. We're halfway through the month. Let me see who's winning at the moment. It might still be Yub Nub. Let's see. It is a tie right now between Yub Nub and Cantina Band. So if you feel strongly about either of those, go vote. And then there's also Lapti Neck, Java Flow, Sugana Santa, and Zeb Rock all got votes. No one voted for Cantina Band 2. But yeah, so if you want to vote for those, go check it out. And then I also post every Friday. I post just like a random article about like a Star Wars thing. I feel like I'm talking so much. I'm sorry.
Zoe,
Okay.
as I've told you the many years that we've been podcasting, this is a podcast we're allowed to talk as much as we want.
You're right. You're right.
Speak.
Okay. Anyway, on the website every Friday, I post a thing about like whatever random Star Wars thing. So like last Friday, I wrote a thing about Kanan. Post that, and then like I posted it, and then like an hour later, your dad texted me, and we podcasted that day like by accident, which was funny.
Oh, by accident.
Yeah, well, not by accident, but like he texted me, and I was like, "Oh, well, do you want to podcast this week?" And he's like, "This week's already over. I want to do it right now." And I was like, "Sure."
Oh.
And I was like, "Great."
Yeah, by
so
accident.
every Friday I post one of those, and then I try to do stuff like I did one for International Women's Day, Rebels Remembered, holidays, blah blah blah. And then every Wednesday I post a quiz to take. I alternate between personality quiz and like a score quiz. I mean, there's only 3 right now. I've only done it for 3 Wednesdays, but every Wednesday. So if you want to take a quiz, they get the most engagement. People like to answer questions. Go take a quiz. These the 3 quizzes right now. There's which of my favorite Star Wars books did you read? And which weird Star Wars thing that I've cried over are you? Those are the personality quizzes. And then the assessment quiz on there right now is how well do you know your Sabine armor? So take quizzes.
I think Steele would fail that one.
Yeah. Your dad claims on Twitter, he said, "Oh, I totally know it well," but he didn't post a screenshot with his results, so
Little sus.
Little sus, yeah. And then I also post whenever I finish a book, I write a book review. So those are more sporadic, and I'm scheduled for those just like whenever I happen to read. But I have a lot of book reviews if you want to check those out. So yeah, I write things.
Good. I do not write things because I'm not good at writing.
It's okay.
I do art things, but that's it.
You do art things.
Yes, I drew Afra and Sana.
Oh day. Yeah, I remember that. Or no, you drew him a while ago.
A while ago.
Draw him again? Did you draw him again?
I drew Afra again, but
okay.
I've not showed that to anyone.
You're confusing me. Yeah, so check out Star Wars Geek Girl. Do all the fun things on there. You can subscribe to the blog too and get an email whenever I post something. We have 9 subscribers. 2 are my parents, 1 is my sister, and 3 are me on different emails when I was testing out the subscription box. So we really have like 3 subscribers.
Hey, those 3 are the people who count. It's
yes,
all right.
Yes. So, but if you want to do that, check it out. Check out all the things. And then do you want to do the Rogue Rebels stuff?
Yes. So the Rogue Rebels, we're on Spotify now because my dad came up to me and was like, all the kids have Spotify, right? And I was like, well, I personally do not. He was like, well, every other kid, right? And I was like, yes. And he was like, cool, we're on Spotify. I was like, all right, cool.
I subscribe
I don't
to you
know
guys
if
on Spotify.
Good. SoundCloud, iTunes, Podbean, stuff like that.
Wherever you're listening to this podcast, probably.
Yeah, basically. We have a Facebook page. Instagram is at the Rogue Rebels. Twitter, Rogue Rebels Fam, which my dad is very excited that we have a Twitter now. Because whenever people would try to tag us, like, oh, just saw the Rogue Rebels at the convention, like they wouldn't be able to find at the Rogue Rebels because we didn't have a Twitter. They would just tag my dad. TikTok, the Rogue Rebels, and our website, theroguerebels.com. And my dad, and my brother, I don't know if he told you, are doing ads.
Oh, he was telling me about this.
Did you listen to it?
He didn't show me.
Okay,
haven't
I
heard
will
it yet.
show you later.
Okay.
But honestly, I showed a couple of my friends and they loved it. And one of them was like, I don't know, it's so weird. And I was like, okay, but like if you were listening to music or something and all of a sudden you got that ad, like wouldn't you love it? And they were like, okay, yeah, actually I would.
I think what your dad told me, he's like, the ads are just content of themselves.
Yes, exactly. That's a better explanation of what they are. So I will send you that.
Oh, yes.
And it's very good. I very
Excellent.
much enjoy it. Okay.
Yeah, so look out for Rogue Rebels ads, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
I literally, I'm like sad now. I literally just got Spotify without ads, so I won't. If they put the ads on Spotify, I won't get them.
Well, just get Spotify with no ads. Then you'll be able to listen to.
No, but I got the student discount. So like, and I only have so many years of student discount.
Like 4.
Yeah, except I only just got it, so I get like 2.5 years out of it, really.
Oh well. Oh yeah. It's fine.
It's all right. I'll cling on to it for as long as I can.
Yes.
So yeah, that was the show. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll try and I'll think of like something fun to talk about, like whatever.
Yeah.
I did write today, wrote the next quiz for Wednesday. So be on the lookout for that. And it's Wednesday, St. Patrick's Day. So I'll be posting a Star Wars St. Patrick's article.
Yes.
It's just like a goofy one, but yes. Good. Thank you for listening to this.
Very short.
Yeah. Sometimes short is good.
Yeah.
So we will try and get back to a regular weekly schedule. I say get back. I don't think we ever.
We tried. We
tried.
Done better before. Yeah. Not now, but I think being an adult doesn't help.
Yeah, we just need like a scheduled time.
I sent you the ad, so that's for you.
Oh, excellent. I'll have to listen to that. Yeah, we'll try and do this roughly as a scheduled time. This seems to work. So yeah.
Yes.
Again, thank you for listening. I guess we'll sign off. Thank you for listening. May the force be with you. I was Zoe.
I thought you were gonna forget.
It's been so long.
It has.
May the force be with you, and goodbye.
Bye.
Star Wars geek girls. They're geek girls that like Star Wars and sometimes cry.